Yes, I did it. Look at me. Hello, this is my coming out story. Where do I begin? Where do I begin? Maybe I should have planned that first. So, I guess start from the beginning. I've always known that I was gay. It was kind of something that I just knew, like, in the back of my mind or in the front of my mind or whatever. And I didn't really know what to sort of think about it, or like how to think about it, and like what, I don't know, what it really meant, I suppose. And so through middle school and high school, and I don't even remember if it was in like elementary school kind of thing, but I knew, although it wasn't confirmed, I wasn't 100% sure. In like middle school, I just always, I don't know, it was always something that was, I just felt different from the rest of the boys, the rest of the guys. I don't know, there's just kind of weird things you think about. I had a lot of girls as friends. Didn't really have like girlfriends. I had like one girlfriend that lasted like 2 weeks or something in middle school, something like that. So high school, when I get to high school, I was still like same sort of mindset. It's not something that I really ever kind of thought about all the time or really like consumed me or anything like that. But yeah, it was just, I don't know, to me it didn't seem like a huge deal at first until I kind of started to understand exactly like how my mindset was, or how my thinking was about the whole situation, because I didn't actually know anybody that was gay, and so I didn't really like know what to do. But at the same time, I would kind of avoid it because I always had a feeling that other people knew or that they suspected, so I didn't want to like give any more reason for them to kind of suspect other things that I was gay. And so I kind of just went along with the flow of everybody else, pretending, I guess, but not really pretending, because it wasn't like something that I thought about all the time. But at the same time, it was something I thought about all the time. It's complicated how that works, or maybe it's just me, I don't know. But yeah, when high school, I got a real girlfriend. She asked me out, and I was being nice because I knew her, but I knew that it wasn't like, because for me, I've always seen girls as like friends, not in any way of like sexual pleasure or whatever you want to call it. I never thought of them that way. It's always just friends, you know, fun people to hang out with. I was more comfortable around girls. Where am I going? I lost myself. Oh, high school. So freshman year of high school, I was more concerned about like getting through freshman year of high school, because everybody told me it was crazy because it's high school and blah blah blah. And so wasn't really thinking about it. Sophomore year kind of just went by, still not really thinking about it. Junior year, I was more like understanding like myself and things about myself, and that's when I like really knew for sure that I was gay. And it's like, okay, what do I do now? I don't want, you know, what are other people gonna think? I don't want other people to know, because I don't know how they're gonna react, like my friends and my best friend especially. And it's just such big words. I'm great with words. Yeah, it was just this, I'm trying to be, as straight as possible and everything. And I always thought like, they suspect it, it's whatever, but I was never gonna just come out and say it. So senior year, I still had the same mindset. I wasn't gonna tell anybody because I wasn't ready. I didn't know how to. I didn't want to lose any friends, especially my best friends and my best friend. I just there's no way that I could lose that person. So I just kept it to myself, did my stuff. After high school, still kind of the same thing, and through college it was the same thing. Up until I was 19, I met somebody that I really liked. At the beginning of this relationship, when I met this guy, my normal routine after going to classes for college was come home and kind of just hang out at home and kind of be here on the weekends. Maybe once or twice I'd go out and hang out with friends and that kind of stuff. But I met this guy, and all of a sudden it's like I'm always going out over the weekends, or during the week I'm going over to my friend's house. I would tell them that I met this cool guy from my college, and that we were hanging out in 2 or 3 weeks. That after I had met this guy, that my routine had totally changed, and I was getting sort of suspicious that my mom had kind of a feeling about what was actually going on. So anyway, I had a suspicion of this, and my aunt was at our house. So I was kind of asking my aunt, hey, has my mom said anything about so-and-so? And she was like, no, why? And for whatever reason, it just came out, me not even really thinking about it, just because I'm seeing that guy. And it was I'm thinking in my head, what did I just say? Am I even ready to, and it's, not really knowing what to do at this point. Yeah, shit. Yeah, so then, and she was like, I support you. And then that's when, I was just awesome. I didn't really know how to react after that. I mean, obviously I was happy that, she accepts me. Oh, does your mom know? This is my aunt asking me if my mom knows. And I said, no. You're just now the first person that I told, and I wasn't even intending to tell you. And she was like, you gotta tell your mom. And I was like, I'm not ready for that. And she's like, you gotta tell your mom. And so my mom was in her bedroom, and my aunt starts walking towards her bedroom, and I'm like, oh shit, I really hope she's not walking in there to tell my mom that I'm gay, because that would just, no, you can't do that. That's another thing. You can't push somebody out like that, because basically you're pushing them in front of a bus if they're not ready. For any of you that are wanting to push your best friend or your brother or sister, whomever, just let them come out on their own terms, when they're comfortable and ready, because there's no time that you have to come out, and you don't have to come out. And so anyway, she walks into my mom's room, and I follow her in there, and she goes, hey Jackie, my mom, I think Austin wants to tell you something. And I'm looking at her no, this is not happening right now. My mom turns around and she's like, what's going on? And I was I had no words. I didn't know what to say. And I was kind of and I started to cry. And so I finally told her, Mom, crying, bawling. And I was like, Mom, I'm gay. And she looks at me and she says, you're still the same person that you always have been. And she started crying. We were hugging and yada yada yada, all the emotional stuff. When I told her, it felt like somebody had just taken a heavy ass backpack off my back. It was like opening a window shade on a bright day. It just like, I felt completely different. Like I felt better and complete. I was happy. I was very happy. I'm so grateful that my parents are, and the rest of my family, who are also all accepting of me, they're just the best, honestly. Oh, and my best friend, I told him, that was the hardest. Telling my best friend was absolutely the hardest of anybody else that I've told, because it's just because. And I told him and he's like, whatever, no big deal. I was like, awesome. And that was the end of that. It didn't matter. And it really shouldn't matter. The reason that I am making this video is because brain again, compile a sentence, brain. Because I know how difficult it is to come out to people, and I've watched plenty of other people's coming out videos, which I can't say really helped me, because my coming out to my family and stuff was really an accident, so I didn't prepare for it. But I know a lot of the other videos that people have made of their coming out stories are very helpful in giving one confidence about what their situation is, and having other people that are going through the same thing as you. And hopefully this video has helped you in some way about yourself and coming out and being gay. Yeah, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Bye.